And just a quick introduction. My name is Kira Cho, and I am a member of the product marketing team here at Desk. We also have two very special guests next to me, Francis and Kevin. They are our sales engineer, and they know everything about customer service and everything about Desk. Welcome. And even though this is a webinar and we can't directly talk to each and one of you, we want to make sure that this is an interactive experience. So feel free to interact with us via Twitter or use the panel on the right-hand side where the GoToWebinar panel is at and enter your questions there. We'll be monitoring feedback during the presentation so that if there are certain things that you want to hear more about, feel free to send us a chat and then we'll be sure to slow down and talk a little bit more in detail about that feature. Today's program will last for about 45 minutes, and we've allocated 10 minutes of Q&A at the end so that you can get all of your burning questions in. So again, feel free to enter your question in the GoToWebinar chat panel. And we know that your time is extremely valuable, so if you can't join us through the end of the presentation, that is okay as well. We'll make sure we send a recorded version at the end of the webinar. So why are we here today? We're here today to talk about the importance of customer service. And when you look at companies that are across all different industries, regardless of their company size, wherever they're doing business in the world or what products that they're having, there is that one commonality that these companies have, and that's the fact that they have customers. So it's extremely important for them to deliver customer service to wow their customers. So now the question really becomes, it's not really do you need customer service for your organization? It's more about who can do it well and who can do it better than their competition. Because we know that when bad customer service happens, it actually costs your company more than just money. 78% of customers have said that they've abandoned a transaction. And they're 2 times more likely to talk about a bad experience versus a good one. And this is extremely common now that with Twitter and Facebook, a complaint is just one tweet or a post away. In addition to hurting your bottom line, you're also going to hurt your brand if you don't deliver awesome customer service. Your customers are 6 to 7 times is 6 to 7 times more expensive to acquire a new customer versus just retaining an existing one. So it's really important for us to figure out how we can really delight our customers. We know that small businesses face some really unique challenges because there's never enough time to get everything done. And let's be honest, there's never enough resources to go around. And you've got so much to do, but so little time. So how do you make the most of it? With limited resources in a small organization, it's really easy for you to start out with a share email, something like a Gmail services. But eventually that inbox is going to get extremely overwhelming. You're going to have different agents that are going to be stepping on each other's toes. And at the end of the day, what you're trying to do is you want to make sure that you're catching every customer's request and not just drowning in emails. An email is just one example of the channels that your customers are reaching out to you. You've got customers that are reaching out to you in multiple channels, coming in through chat, phone, some newer channels like social Facebook discussion boards. When you have no process that's in place, it's really hard to get back to your customers' questions fast. And you're busy, you're always on the go. Customer service should never stop, even when you're not at your desk. So how do you make sure you are catching and responding to every single customer request that's coming in and making sure that none of your customer requests are falling through the cracks? So let's say you do have a simple system in place and you're pretty good about giving your customers the support that they need. Are you using a help desk solution that's specifically designed to help you be more efficient and help you work faster? Do you have shortcuts like a pre-canned response or bulk editing functionality that can help you speed through cases really, really quickly? And to move fast is just one part of the equation. When you have cases that are piling up in your inbox, you need to ensure that you and your agents are saying the same exact thing. Consistency and accuracy is really key. And in customer service, your customers only want to reach out to you when they want to reach out to you. Most of the time, they'll just Google their questions, or they might want to visit your website for answers. Wherever it is, your customers are the happiest when they can find answers on their own. So give them a place to find answers on your website, like a FAQ section of your site that addresses your customers' concerns. Do you have that for your organization? And if you don't, do you plan on having it? Because we feel like that's an extremely important part of the self-service experience. And lastly, to wrap all of this up, your support center can't improve if you don't have full visibility into what's happening in your support organization. And as things change quickly in your company, you need to have those reports that are going to be at your disposal so that it can tell you how your customer service is performing, how your support agents are performing, and looking at things more holistically, how is support impacting your business? You need to look at things like how many cases are coming in, how long is it taking you to churn through these cases, and what is the first resolution time. All of these are extremely important metrics that you need to have the pulse on. Or what about the things that are impacting your business, like the types of topics that your customers are reaching out to you about? Are you currently measuring success so that you can stay agile and really adjust your services based on what your customers are telling you? And lucky for us, Desk.com really is the solution here. Desk.com is the all-in-one customer support app specifically designed for small businesses and fast-growing businesses. This app contains all of the great service features that a small support team will need in order for them to provide that quality, excellent customer service anywhere and anytime. It's designed for you to get up and running in just hours, including tools and features that will dramatically increase the level of your agent's productivity. And it'll provide you with the insights that you need so you can measure consumer feedback and take that feedback and take your business to the next level. Like I said, Desk.com is really built for speed so that you can get up and running really quickly and start going through all of the cases that are sitting in your queue. In fact, Kevin and Francis together will go through and show us how easy it is to get your Desk.com instance set up in just a matter of minutes. But going fast is only one part of the puzzle. To make sure that you're catching every customer's interaction, we've got this concept of a universal inbox. What a universal inbox does is that it routes all of your cases from multiple channels and puts it into one single view so that you can see everything that's coming in. And this ensures that every customer interaction is being captured and that nothing slips through the cracks. And what's great is that we know that you're always busy and always on the road. So we've got this great mobile application that allows you to solve cases on the go, even when you're not at your desk. When you think about how you want to make the most out of your valuable time, what you really want to do is produce more and in less amount of time. So this is all about boosting productivity for you and your agents. This means that you can do more without hiring more bodies or more agents. Because Desk.com comes right out of the box with some great productivity tools, and later we'll show you how easy it is to use all of them, and case management tools like bulk editing, routing, filters, automations. All of these things are going to help you focus on the cases that matter most to you so that you can continue to help more customers with their issues. Again, later, Francis will show you how you can easily add agents, assign cases to the right owner, and build automatic workflows and other automations, business rules. All that fun stuff will be in the demo very, very shortly. I talked about how extremely important it is for you to have a self-service experience because this is going to help you reduce your caseload and it's going to help you deflect cases. Here on the screen are some live examples of help centers that our customers have built using the Desk.com tool. The Desk.com knowledge base is incredibly easy to use. So your end customers can come here and find answers on their own before they contact your agents. And this same knowledge base that's powering all of the great screenshots that you're seeing here also powers the internal knowledge base so that your agents will always be able to search for a repository of information and always deliver that consistent and accurate answers back to your customers. And reporting, we talked about it. It's really important. And it's everything that you need to know about your business and customers. We have in a product called the Business Insights. Business Insights is your key to evaluating your support organization's performance from looking at ticket resolution time to first call resolution rates. You can take some of these qualitative insights and feed back into your business. So for example, if you have a new product launch that you just launched and a lot of your customers are writing to you, you can bring all of that insight back to your product team so that they can fix any bugs that might be happening with the new product release that you just released out. So without further ado, let's see Desk.com in action. Francis, take it away and show us all these amazing features that are in the app.
Thank you so much, Kara. I have 20 minutes for the demo today, so I'll do my best to really give us that 20,000 foot overview of Desk.com. Let's start right away. For today's overview demo, I'll be wearing a couple of different hats, starting out, first of all, from the customer's perspective. So I'll take us through a couple of our successful customers and see what they've done with their support center. I'll then pull up a support center I've created for the webinar today. And then we're going to switch hats and jump into the shoes of an agent working within the main universal console and really take a look at some of the efficiency tools that agents have access to. I'll wrap up the demo with a couple minutes on reporting and insight. And the last part, I'll walk us through really just how easy it is to set up Desk.com and get it up and running right away. All right. I like to start out with Pandora here. They are a great example of what can be accomplished with Desk.com. In today's world, as a customer, the goal for me is to come into a support center and really type in my issue, my question, the concern that I'm having. And as you can see on the screen here, I'm fed back with a dynamic list of content relevant to the keywords that I've input in the search bar here. We understand that your support center is an extension of your brand, and it is important to maintain the look and familiarity of your support center along with the rest of your organization's personality here. So looking at Pandora, notice that they have a unique look and feel to their support center that goes along with the rest of their website here. Scrolling down below, Pandora has organized all of their content into these buckets, these topics, we like to call them. And underneath each topic is a list of relevant articles that roll up to that specific subject here. The goal of the support center is really to enable your end user, your customer, to hop in here, pinpoint what they're looking for, and land on the most relevant content. Zep is another customer of ours. I like to show Zep because they show how customers everywhere are able to leverage our multi-brand capability. So you're able to create different help centers for your different products, your different brands, even different geographic locations, all with their unique URLs. So not only are you able to segment your business in such a fashion, but you administer and manage all the cases that come in on one instance in the back end here. So if I hop into the Zep Golf brand here, and I type in the question or concern I have, without a doubt, I know I will only be fed back with content relevant to the golf brand and not from the tennis brand, not from the softball brand. All right, so we just saw a couple examples of our current customers, Pandora, Zep. Let me pull up a support center I created for today's purpose. I set this template up based on an out-of-the-box template in a matter of minutes. Very simple, very fast for me. Similar to what we saw with Pandora, with Zep, notice how the content is organized into topics. If I pull up a specific article, I'm able to scroll down, familiarize myself with the content. You're able to also embed rich media as well, right? In today's world where we're overwhelmed with data and information, I personally am pleasantly surprised when I come across videos and images. It makes learning a lot easier and makes the information a lot simpler to digest here. Over on the right-hand side under Contact Us, these are the numerous channels in which your customer is able to reach out to support. For example, one, your customer is able to push out a question to a public forum, ask other members within the community questions they have, solicit best practice approach, and really facilitate that knowledge transfer amongst the members within that community. Desk.com also offers a native chat tool. So if your customer wishes to communicate with you in that manner, they can do so very easily as well. I do like to point out before I forget that you have the option of enabling a My Private portal. And this is where your customers are able to really see a dashboard of all the past cases, all the current cases that they have either submitted or in the progress of engaging with the support end of things. I can narrow this list down by only looking at my cases that have submitted, or I can see this larger list of cases submitted by other individuals within the company here. As we can see with Tim Smith, our customer here, he's extremely needy. And to further show the power of self-service, I wanted to open up a current case in here. And a lot of stuff can be done within this portal for Tim. If I have found the answer to the case myself, I can update the status to resolved. And this will then disappear from the agent's queue on their end. If I wanted to add a comment or reply to an agent's response, I can do so here. Let's say that your customer, let's say that Tim has sifted through the knowledge base, he has reached out to the community, he has essentially exhausted all of his self-service options. He can still shoot support an email. And I'll just fill out the body really quickly here. And as you can see, as I'm filling out this form, over on the right-hand side, I'm fed back with a dynamic list of content, again, based on the keywords I have input into the contact form. The support center is actively sifting through the knowledge base and feeding me relevant articles, giving me, the customer, an opportunity to resolve the issue myself. Like Kira said, our happiest customers are those who like to help themselves, and we want to offer you, the customer, the opportunity to really resolve the issue that they're having and really empower themselves, which means less work for the agent side of things. So both parties win. And here's another opportunity for me to resolve the question myself. But let's go ahead and send over that email. So wrapping up what we saw so far, we walked through a couple of current examples of our customers and what they've done with their support center. We've shown the capabilities that are available to a customer within the support center of how they're easily able to manage their own cases and reach out to support if needed. Let's hop over to the agent's interface here. All right, so laying out the land here, what we're seeing right now is the universal inbox. This is the agent console where all of your different cases from all of your channels will flow into this one instance here. We have our case filters on the left-hand side. These are essentially your queues for your different teams, your different categories, your different issues. Note that this case filter view is completely customizable, so your agents will only see cases that are relevant to themselves. The cases live in the center over here, and a lot of information we're seeing on this screen here. I can see the status of the case, right? I can also see some feedback scores associated with the engagement, some of these engagements. And these are great for a couple of things. Number one, it gives me, the agent, immediate relevant feedback, right? So that I'm able to gauge the temperature of how my customer is seeing the value of the engagement so far. Number two, I'm able to report on these feedback metrics in the back end as well. So if I see that Tim Smith is one of our VIP customers and he's unhappy with the engagement so far, I know I need to hop into this conversation and take care of it right away. I also see the channels in which the cases have come in, right? So email, through phone, via social media channels such as Twitter and Facebook. The case that I submitted earlier from the customer's end, it has come in here real time, as we see up at the very top. I see that a couple of labels have appended to this case automatically, and that is because I have selected cancellations as the category of the issue back on the contact form, and the product is able to become aware of that and has automatically appended the cancellations label to the case itself. And this has also triggered a workflow to have it filtered into the cancellations folder so that if I wanted to pull up all the cases associated with cancellations, I can do so easily with just one click. All right, let's go ahead and jump into the case view and respond to Tim Smith's request here. So within this case view, I have a lot of information at my fingertips, right? I don't need to navigate anywhere in the software to find out details about Tim Smith, our customer. All of the information associated with our customer is on the left-hand side. All of the case details are on the right-hand side. I do want to point out that Desk.com seamlessly integrates with Salesforce. It's a bi-directional sync. So any fields associated with the customer, the case, the account will be mapped to the fields in Salesforce. Because Desk and Salesforce work on the same shared data model in the back end, I know that any updates will be real time. So I like to just point that out there to highlight how these two systems are easily connected and that you can enable your sales and support team to really have a thorough 360-degree view about the customer and about the case itself. All right, hopping over to the case in the center here. A couple of different ways we can respond to Tim Smith's request. I can first of all add a note, and this is great for internal collaboration purposes. Let me update this. So as an agent, if I'm not sure of the right way to respond to a certain request, I can add this internal note, escalate it to my supervisor or to a different team. So this is great, allowing your support team members to collaborate and talk with one another. All right, let's go ahead and reply to Tim here. The same knowledge base that we saw earlier with Pandora, with Zep, that same knowledge center lives and breathes within Desk.com in itself. So if I'm not sure the most accurate way to respond to a customer's request, I can directly pull that up here. And this is critical, right? Because it gives all of your agents, all of your teams access into this one single source of truth where they have visibility to the most accurate, to the most consistent information. So as an agent, I can come into this knowledge base, right? Sift through the content, find the right answer to the question that our customer asked, pull it up. I can either push this out as an URL, link it into the response, or I can directly copy the text into the case itself. I do want to point out that our knowledge base is a combination of both public as well as private articles, right? So this is super important for your team, for your business, for your organization as you grow, as you scale. You want to make sure that your agents have access, can jump in here and pull up the most accurate, consistent content. It's great for training, great for onboarding, especially for your newer agents. As I become more familiar with the interface, more familiar with the top most frequently asked questions, I can enable the use of a macro. Macros are our one-click shortcuts, great for automating a number of different things. As we see here, I have organized my macros into these folders, right? Very easy for me to jump in here and find the right one that I want to use. The quickest way to use a macro is to type pound, found it, press enter. And as you can see, a number of different things have been automated with just one click. First of all, the macro has referred to the customer by first name in its response. It has also appended a canned response into the body of the email here. Over on the right-hand side under case details, it has increased the priority of this case to a 9. It has assigned this case to the cancellations team and even a specific agent here. It has even updated a specific description. So as you can see, a lot of different steps have been automated with that one click. Our customers love using macros because they are able to really boost up their productivity working as agents. So I have responded to Tim. I'm happy with my response. I'm going to go ahead and send over my response to Tim. Before I transition out of the agent's view, I do want to highlight another very cool capability delivered within Desk.com, and that is our advanced search capability. Oftentimes, your agents may need to pull up cases in the past, and this is a really easy way to do so. I can search on a number of different fields associated with the case, the company, the customer. I can further narrow down my search by searching specific keywords, or even the channel in which the case has come in, the labels that have been attached, right? So a lot of different things that I can search upon. This is great. Let's say if I wanted to pull up all the cases in the system associated with a bug, search for that. And what's really great, I can select all of them and bulk reply here. Enable the use of macro. And if I found the answer to the bug and we have resolved the bug on our end, very easy for me to just pull up all the cases where customers have experienced the issue with the bug and reply to them right away. So that was our agent interface, and I hope we were able to really go over all the efficiency tools that agents have access to in order to work faster and work smarter. I wanted to hop over to reporting at this point. Our business insight tool really gives me the visibility I need to assess the performance of my business here. I'm able to see whether there are any gaps in business, whether there are any spikes, and really see the patterns and trends associated with the performance of my organization here. We're looking at the overview report at the moment, and this is just one out of several out-of-the-box reports that come delivered with Desk.com. I can filter this report by looking at a specific date range. I can build out this report furthermore by building out and/or conditions, right? Looking at specific custom fields, specific data, really giving me the ability to slice and dice the data within the product in a way that's relevant to myself. After I've created the report in a fashion that I am satisfied with, a couple of different things we can do. We can download the report, export it out as a CSV into Excel, and do further manipulation of the data from there. Or I can shoot this email out to my manager or a member of the leadership team so that every team, every individual at your company are able to take a pulse on the performance of the support organization here. I can also save this report as a favorite, right? So if I needed to pull up the report every week, I can do so directly from the drop-down menu. So taking a further look at this report here, I see that we have a number of different metrics that make up this overview report. So looking at average time to first response, average handle time, average time to resolution here. At first glance, I see that on this Monday, for example, our agents have taken an awfully long time to respond. What's great is that I can further drill down into this metric here, and I'll be fed back with the list of cases that make up that metric. And as you can see here, the reason why the time to response is so high for that specific day is because one of the cases here have been left open. And I can even hop back into that case here, right? I can pull up a case timeline for me to have visibility into an audit trail and really see every piece of edit, every piece of change that has been associated with this case here. I like to show another report. This report gives management the visibility to assess the performance of their agents. So I, as a manager, I can see who my top performing superstar support agents are, right? I can also see those individuals who are underperforming so that I, as a manager, I can take the correct action. I can offer training to really help my agents get over those hurdles. So this is great report, right, for you to see and hold your agents accountable for their performance within the support team. We're doing a little bit short on time, so let me hop over to the setup of Desk.com. I like to highlight it's very simple, very fast to set up your Desk.com instance. The goal for us is to have you come in here, right, read through the Desk.com setup guides and set up your instance in a matter of hours. On average, most of our customers are able to set up thoroughly their Desk.com platform in a matter of 2 days. So I like to point that out here. So looking at the paper trail outlined above, it's very simple for me to follow through, right? I'm able to add my agents in here, assign them to the right teams. We also understand that support may span across other teams, such as marketing or your engineering teams. And we offer users, not just full-time agents, to be able to come in here and manage cases as well, based on a pay-as-you-go basis. So just wanted to point out that we do offer that flexibility for you to have anyone log into the system and take a dabble. This is where I set up all of my different support channels that I want to integrate with Desk.com, right? Very simple to even add a personal email inbox of mine. I authenticate just once, add the name, the email, the password, and boom, I'm done. This is where all the magic happens, right? This is where we set up the filters we saw earlier, of thinking them as your dynamic folders, of setting up the labels as our visual indicator, our visual categorization of cases. And of course, those macros, right? Those one-click shortcuts that are great for automating a number of different things. This is where we go and build out the knowledge base that we saw several times throughout the demo here. And just to show you how easy it is to add an article, let me do so. So give it a title, a subject. Pull the article up, type in a response associated with this article, and enable it in the support center. Click update. Let's hop back to our support center.
So this is in case if other customers have the same issues, they can come in here and be able to see that.
Yep.
Article that you just published.
Yep. So perfect. As we are able to see, this article was published right away in the support center. All right, and lastly, Desk.com offers pre-built integration with a number of third-party partners, so you're able to connect your business critical apps to Desk.com. And in addition to the setup, Desk.com, we also offer a superb account services team who will be available to help guide you throughout the setup as well.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Francis, for that awesome demo. I learned a lot. I really hope you guys in the audience learn a lot as well. So I have a few customer success slides that I prepared, but in the interest of time, what I really want to do is get to the Q&A. You can always visit Desk.com to check out all of the great resources, customer success stories, and best practices that we have on the website. Feel free to check that out, sign up for the free trial, and really get into the app and figure out how it works for your business. So without further ado, a lot of great folks asked a lot of great questions during the webinar, and I saw Kevin frantically typing responses back. But I just want to go over a few of them because they were so good. I'm sure most of the other people that are listening, tuning in, are having similar questions as well. So the first one is really around rules and business workflow. Is there a rule-based workflow engine embedded in Desk.com? And any of you want to take that?
Yep. To answer that question, definitely. We offer a section, and I didn't go over it during the demo, but in the admin section and setting up, there's a specific rules category where you can hop in there, set up the rules, and really automate a lot of the complex workflows within Desk.com. So yeah, there is a dedicated section to setting up those rules and getting them up and running.
And there are a lot of questions around the support center. Very, very popular topic. The first one is it possible to put screenshots in support articles? So the answer is yes.
Yep, absolutely.
It's an image. We treat that as that, and you can put it in any support articles that you want to have that image be shown in. Does the multiple product functionality work with the single sign-on? This customer here has 3 separate products, so 3 different brands, and only customers get to log in to their software, so will they have access to that knowledge base?
Absolutely. Yes.
Does the customer access Desk via a subdomain off of their main website for accessing the private portal?
The private portal?
Yeah, so you can use a CNAME redirect to rebrand your URL. And that would allow you to do something like support at yourcompany.com or help at yourcompany.com.
Okay. Does your product provide forums where customers can post feature requests and have others vote on them? So really that peer review and peer collaboration.
Yep, absolutely. We definitely understand that public discussion forum is critical in engaging your customers, and we offer a place for your customers to hop into and ask questions, any type of questions, to other customers within the community. So yep, it's included.
And then going into the case view where the agents are actually responding to the customers, can your agents send attachments in the email, sending it back to the customers?
Yep.
And vice versa. If your customer is sending you an attachment, can the agent see it in Desk.com?
Yes. Yep.
So let's say once the agent responds to the customer ticket, can your agent respond to the ticket with more information without having to log into Desk.com? So I'm guessing this question is, once we respond to the customer, let me read this again. Once we respond to the customer ticket, can they respond to the ticket with more information without having to log into Desk.com?
Yeah, so once you respond to a case, it will send an email to them. And if the customer were to reply to that email, it comes back into the Desk.com system and it threads into that existing case. So you can have that conversation right within that case. And it also will reopen that case, so it kind of goes back into your agent queues for them to, so your agents know it and can pick it up.
Perfect. We have some questions around pricing, and we're kind of running out of time, but if anyone has other questions around pricing and how do you get this, you can always email sales@desk.com, but let's figure this out. So where can you find the licensing cost, the cost per agent? The pricing page doesn't really talk about each cost for the agent.
Yeah, so on that pricing page, we do have a pricing page. It's at desk.com /pricing. And it lists out the price per agent. So it's per seat. And we offer monthly as well as annual pricing.
Yeah, and again, if you have any questions around pricing, it's best to talk to someone live. So sales@desk.com is the way to go. Any more questions? We've got some great interactions today. More than happy to stay a few minutes after and answer some more questions. Here's another one. Am I to understand that we should use articles and macros for templates needed?
So articles can be used for that content that can be found on your help center. So you can create articles. You can deploy those across several different brands if that's relevant for your guys' support needs. Macros are kind of like an efficiency tool for your agents. So agent can apply a macro to a case, and that will do several actions at once. One of those actions can be a canned or templated response that can be sent out. And that, allows you to more efficiently go through cases. So I hope that answers that question.
Yeah, and again, if you're current Desk.com customers, you can always send your questions over to support at Desk, or you can just send me directly, kcho@salesforce.com, any questions you may have, and I'll make sure to get that question over to the right person and get you the answer right away. Well, thank you everyone so much for tuning in. Again, we know you are taking time out of your busy day to hear about what Desk.com has to offer. So we're really glad that you were able to tune in with us. Again, the recording of this webinar will be sent out via email after the webinar. You can also find it on our YouTube page. And in fact, our YouTube page has a lot of great best practices, how to use the product, some great customer stories, the videos that are all uploaded there. So if you want to check that out, feel free to go to our YouTube page. And thank you so much to our guest speakers today, Kevin and Francis. Francis, you did a wonderful job in demoing the product. So thank you,
everyone.
Okay. Thanks, everyone. Have a good day.